Hi there, I'm playing with junk today. I found 2 solar panels in the dumpster and I want to try it out. Let's see what happens. The panels were made by ARCO Solar. ARCO is normally known as an oil company. It's the Atlantic Richfield company that was founded in 1966. And in about 1980 they bought the Solar Technology International, STI, to have a foot into the solar business, which was booming at the time. Everyone was expecting the oil prices to rise, so solar energy would be very attractive, but that didn't work as expected. And ARCO started selling these panels piece by piece for $1,000 each. So it's a big chance that my panels actually came from this power plant here in California. Maybe. The solar panels in this plant were mounted on rotating pedestals, so they are tracking the sun. And interestingly, they also installed reflectors left and right of the solar panels to get more light. So I guess these solar panels were really cooking in the desert sun. Let's see what the type label can tell us. It's a 50 watt module. It produces 3.72 amps at short circuit and 24 volts at open circuit. As you can see, the temperatures where they measure these values are all over the place. Interesting is the voltage at 0 degrees Celsius. I wonder how many times it's 0 degrees Celsius in the California desert, but however, those were the values when this panel was new. Let's have a look at the connection box. They didn't have these fancy solar connectors as we have today. It's a screw terminal and it's made for 2 wires, one in, one out, if you want to hook them in parallel, and that's the bypass diode in case you get shade on your panel. And here we have one of the panels, the better one, in the sun, and we're going to test all the values. Here we have the open circuit voltage. It should be 24 volts, but measured at 0 degrees, and today was a very hot day, 35 degrees, and the panel itself had at least 50. So I would say this is more or less okay. I tried some different orientations to the sun, but as you can see, it doesn't move anywhere. It's still 20 volts. And this is the second panel. As you can see, it looks a little bit worse. It has a lot of browning inside the solar cells there. Maybe this is older, I don't know what happened. I found them together. You can see that's the effect of sunlight and rain and weather. And the open circuit voltage is again 20 volts, so that seems to be okay. It's the same as the better looking panel before. Here I'm testing the effects of shadow on the panel, and as you can see, the voltage doesn't drop a lot, only 1 or 2 volts. And you can also see it came down anyway. I guess that's due to the heat. And here we have the short circuit current. It should be 3.5 amps, it's 2.7. And here we can clearly see shadow has an impact on the current. Not so much on the voltage, but current drops to 300 milliamps. Here we have the better panel with 2.9 amps, and shadow does the same. It also goes down to 300 milliamps. And now it's time to measure some real power. I use my audio dummy box here, which can be switched between 4 and 8 ohms. And I'm measuring current and voltage here. Here is the power reading for panel 1. It delivers 25 watts. And of course the load is not matched to the solar panel, so we don't have MPPT or something like that. But I would say we are pretty close, 28 watts at 4 ohms, that's not bad. I connected panel number 2 and the load is 8 ohms at the moment. And the results are a little bit disappointing because, I mean, the short circuit current was okay, open voltage was okay, but now it's delivering a couple of watts, and maybe it just broke in the heat of the sun right now. Perhaps. I can't explain it otherwise. Let's have a look at the test results. After some intensive calculating and higher mathematics, I came to these results. So panel number 2 is clearly defect with only 9% of the original power that's not usable anymore. It is interesting because the voltage and the current are similar to the first panel, but then when I tested the power, something went wrong. I may investigate that a little bit further, but not now. By the way, I found a research paper from the University of Malta, and they investigated exactly the same type of solar panel, but theirs looked much worse than mine, even if it wasn't that old at the time. And interestingly, they found exactly the same values, or more or less the same values as I did. So they also had a power of 30 to 32 watts. And yeah, I think my measurements are not too much off here. Well then, thanks for watching.